Hello everyone, can you hear my voice? Can you hear my voice? Please type yes in the chat box so that I begin the lesson today. Okay, so today we will learn lesson units number 6 first, and then we have the midterm test at 10 a.m. Right? Okay, after break time. Good morning, Jung Châu. Good morning. Okay, Ngọc Hà, right? Okay. Okay, so if you have your book with you, please turn your book to this page. Okay, unit number 6, symptoms. Okay, so we have part 1. Can you work with a partner and you match each phonetic spelling to one of the words on the list? How to say those 7 words? First we'll have diarrhea. You match this one, okay, diarrhea. Nausea. So take a look at these words and you match it, okay? So number 2, nausea. Can you type your answer in the chat box, okay? Nausea. You type the word, okay? You take a look at phonetic spelling, but you type the word in the chat box for me. Nausea. And number 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay. I think I will give you like 2 minutes here, right? So you read the phonetic spelling and you type the word in the chat box for me. For number 2, we have nausea, and number 3, okay, 4, 5, 6, and 7. For example, the first word diarrhea. So number 2, nausea. So I find the word and I type that word. For example, number 2, nausea by this. Right? Okay. That's right. Thank you, Jinzhou. Okay. Number 3. How about word number 3? Thank you, Jamie. Cough. Very good. Number 3. And next one. Number 3 is not like cramp. Full name number 3 is cough. Number 4. Numbness. Very good. Thank you. What's wrong? Kim Ngọc. Okay. You typed out in chat box. Number 5. Number 5, we have the word aching. Yes, that's right, aching. Number 6. Bruising. Bruising, right. Okay. And number 7. Bruising is the right answer. And number 7. Tiredness. Okay. Now we're going to listen and you check your answer. Okay. You can repeat by yourself. We listen, okay, and check your answers.
Scrub up. Diarrhea.
Diarrhea, see. Okay.
Nausea.
Nausea.
Cough.
Cough.
Numbness.
See, you can repeat by yourself.
Aching. Bruising. Tiredness.
Tiredness, right? Okay, one more time.
Unit 6. Scrub up.
Diarrhea. Nausea. Cough. Numbness. Aching. Bruising. Tiredness.
Okay, thank you. Let's move on to part 3. The sign if each of the symptoms on the list affects the inside of the body, the outside of the body, or both. So you write I for inside, O for outside, and B for both. Next to each one, say the words as you decide together. The both parts of the words are stressed. Okay, so now you type the word in the chat box one more time. And if you think that is a symptoms inside the body, you type I. Outside the body, we type Y, O, or both, we can type B. Okay, so for example, a rash. A rash is like a symptom which happens outside the body. So we type a rash, O, outside. Okay, bruising, bruising. Inside, outside, or both. Okay. For example, have a rash. You type O. O means outside. Right? I mean inside the body. And B means both. Okay, I give you 5 minutes for this activity. Okay. Okay, so the next word is bruising. So do you think bruising is a symptom inside the body or outside our body or both? Bruising. Outside, thank you, Ngọc. Good. Okay. Outside, that's right. Okay, so for example, when you fall, okay, and then you hurt yourself, you have some bruises, okay, some cuts and bruises on your skin, some black spots, right? Outside, very good, thank you. Bruising. Next one, constipation. We learned this word in the last week. Constipation. So constipation is a condition in which, okay, you find it difficult to release your waste, right? Release your heart waste. Maybe you don't eat vegetables enough, or you don't drink enough water, so you suffer, okay, constipation. So is that a symptom outside the body or inside the body? Constipation. Inside the body. Thank you, Hữu Lộc. Right. Next one, we have cough. A cough. A cough outside. Thank you. That's right. Next one, we have brain. Brain. Okay, so a brain happens. Okay, when you play sport, for example. Okay, your muscles contracts, right? Your muscles contract outside the body, right? Brain. Okay, next one we have like deformity. Deformity. Outside the body, right? Okay, so somebody they suffers from car accidents, for example, and they got their legs, their face deformed, right? Okay, so deformity, okay, like happens outside the body, right? Outside. Next one we have dizziness. Dizziness. Okay, so like if you can't stand, okay, or if you can't stand well, okay, or you drink a lot of beer and you feel dizzy, right? Dizziness inside, I don't think so. Dizziness should be outside, okay? Dizziness outside or inside, but you feel dizzy, right? Trân Châu, check your spelling for dizziness. Kim Ngân thinks dizziness is happening inside. Okay, yes. So it can happen like both inside and outside, right? You feel dizzy and then you can't stand well, right? You're going to fall dizzy. Next one we have fever. Fever. So does a fever happen inside or outside? Does it happen inside or outside? Inside. Right? Like we have a fever inside. Right? Next one, I have itching. If you have a rash, for example, or you have an allergy, okay, you feel very itchy and you scratch your skin. Outside, yes. Next one, diarrhea. Diarrhea. Inside or outside? Outside. Okay. Next one, a lump. A lump, right? Okay, a lump is outside. Symptom, okay, right. Next one, we have nausea. 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 Nausea outside. Thank you. Next one, we have numbness. 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 Numbness inside, I think so. Numbness, okay, happens outside the body, not inside, right? Numbness outside the body. So for example, what, you can't move your legs, or you can't move your hands, right? So your hands or your legs got numb, right? Next one, we have vomiting. 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 Inside or outside? Inside, outside. Outside is the right answer here. Okay, like when you vomit something, okay, you feel sick, okay, and then you vomit, right? Outside. Next one, we have a runny nose. Runny nose. Outside, very good, thank you. A runny nose. Next one, we have sickness. Sickness. Sickness is a general word with a general meaning, so it can happen both inside and outside. So for sickness, you type both, okay? Inside and outside. Sickness. Both, yes. Next one, sneezing. Next word we have sneezing. Sneezing happens outside. Very good. A sore throat. A sore throat. A sore throat inside. Yes, okay. Sore throat happens inside the body. Next one we have spots. Spots. Spots outside the body, right? Good. Next one we have swelling. Swelling. Swelling outside. Good. Next one we have tiredness. Tiredness is another general word. It's the same as sickness. You feel tired, right? Tiredness. Tiredness. B. Right? Both. Yes. It's a general word. Both inside and outside. Next word we have last one, aching. Aching is the same as the word pain, right? You feel painful. So it's an outside body, inside, or both. Both. Very good. Thank you, Tinjo. Right. Okay, I'm going to share with you this PowerPoint slides. Please wait. Okay, class. So now I'm going to show you some pictures on the slide. And you type the word in the chat box. Okay, if you know what the word is, you type the word in the chat box. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so can you type your answer for picture number 1 in the chat box? Okay. What symptom is that? So number 1, Tunjo type spots. Okay, so I'll check your answer for number 1. Okay, so number 1, the right answer is rash, not spots. Okay, rash. So like this boy is having a rash. So he has red spots all over his body. Rash, right? Okay, number 2, we have bruising. Hey, Number 2, you say swelling. Actually, it's bruising. Number 3, constipation, not diarrhea. Constipation for like number 3. Number 4, cough. Number 5, we have cramp, right? And number 6, we have deformity. Deformity. Okay, so may I invite one student to repeat these words? Okay. Trần Nguyễn, Trân Châu, are you there?
Dạ có thầy.
Can you say the word number 1 for me?
Rash.
Rash. Good. Number 2,
Bruising.
bruising. Bruising. Right.
Bruising.
Number 3,
Constipation.
constipation. Very good. Number 4,
Cough.
cough. Good. 5,
Cramp.
cramp. Good. 6,
And deformity.
deformity. Yes, thank you. Okay, keep guessing. Now we have picture number 1. I have these words. I have nausea, fever, itching, dizziness, diarrhea, and lump. So you keep guessing and you type your answer in the chat box. So let's see. Number 1, the right answer for number 1 is dizziness. Right. Number 2, we have fever. Number 3, we have itching. Number 4, diarrhea. Good. Number 5, type your answer for number 5. Number 5, we have a lump. That's right. And number 6, we have nausea. Right. Nausea. Okay. Khưu Thị Hoài Nhung, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Can you say the first word for me?
Dizziness.
Dizziness. Very good. Number 2, fever.
Fever.
Right. Number 3,
Itching.
itching. Very good. 4,
Yeah.
diarrhea. Diarrhea.
Diarrhea.
Yes, diarrhea. Number 5,
Lump.
lump. Good. Number 6,
Nausea.
nausea. Thank you. Here, 6 more symptoms for you to guess. So, number 1, we have numbness. Very good. Numbness. Number 2, we have vomiting. Yes, vomiting. Number 3, So what's your guess for number 3? Runny nose. Runny nose. Number 4. Sickness. That's right. Number 4, sickness. Number 5. Sneezing. Right. And number 6, sore throats. Sore throats. Hà Kim Ngân, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Can you say the first word for me?
Numbness.
Numbness. Number 2,
Vomiting.
vomiting. Good. Number 3,
Runny nose.
runny nose. 4,
Sickness.
sickness. Good. 5,
Sneezing.
sneezing. Good. Number 6,
It is sour.
sore throats. Again, sore throats. Okay, thank you. 4 more symptoms. So, number 1, we have like spots, right? Number 2, okay, Trinh Ngọc Hà, you have a question. Good question. Okay, so let me give you my answer. Okay, wait. Okay, so number 2. Number 2, we have swelling, right? Swelling. And number 3, tiredness is the right word for number 3. And number 4, aching. Aching, right? Okay, so now we get back to the book and we have listening number 1. Okay, listening 1.
Dạ thầy ơi, thầy bị tắt mất đó thầy. Nãy giờ thầy bị tắt.
Oh, yes. So sorry, okay. So I muted myself and I didn't realize Thank you for telling me. Okay, so now you're going to listen to these patients, describe their symptoms, and match each one with their condition, right? We have 3 conversations. You listen and you match to the right woman. So before you listen, can you type like a sentence to describe the woman in picture A for me? So what's problem or what's wrong with the woman in picture A? So you can type she has, okay? Okay, so what's the matter with woman in picture A? Can type like she has something. Okay, when you describe like someone's symptoms or problem, you can use she has or he has, right? She has spots on her face, freckles, okay, freckles or spots. Or maybe she has a rash. Don't you think so? Right? Maybe she has a rash. Okay, so next one, woman B. Woman B. She is pregnant. Yes, that's it. Next one, woman C. Oh, what's wrong with her leg? She has a broken leg, right? Okay, so now you're going to listen to 3 conversations and you match each conversation to the right woman. Ready? Okay, listen and match.
Unit 6. Listening 1. Symptoms 1.
How does it feel? A little deformed, isn't it?
Yes. There's a huge lump just above the ankle, and there's quite a lot of bruising. And just here, it's very swollen.
Is it painful when you move it?
Yes, very.
Can you move your toes?
It's difficult. They're numb. I can't feel them at all.
2.
How are you feeling?
I feel so hot. What does the thermometer say?
Yes, you do have fever. Your temperature is a little over 38. Have you got a sore throat?
Yes, it hurts when I talk.
I can see you have spots. Any redness?
Yes, my chest and back are all red.
And do you feel tired?
Yes, constant tiredness. And my legs feel achy too.
3.
How's it going?
I'll be glad when this is over. Doing anything is really tiring.
Oh dear. Do you feel dizzy at all?
Yes, some days I feel dizzy and sometimes sick.
When do you feel sick mostly?
In the mornings, and I'm very constipated. Haven't been to the toilet for 3 days. Sorry to moan.
That's all right. We all need a good moan sometimes. What about pain?
No, no pain.
Unit 6. Listening 1. Symptoms 1.
How does it feel? A little deformed, isn't it?
Yes, there's a huge lump just above the ankle, and there's quite a lot of bruising. And just here, it's very swollen.
Is it painful when you move it?
Yes, very.
Can you move your toes?
It's difficult. They're numb. I can't feel them at all.
2.
How are you feeling?
I feel so hot. What does the thermometer say?
Yes, you do have fever. Your temperature is a little over 38. Have you got a sore throat?
Yes, it hurts when I talk.
I can see you have spots. Any redness?
Yes, my chest and back are all red.
And do you feel tired?
Yes, constant tiredness. And my legs feel achy too.
3.
How's it going?
I'll be glad when this is over. Doing anything is really tiring.
Oh dear. Do you feel dizzy at all?
Yes, some days I feel dizzy and sometimes sick.
When do you feel sick mostly?
In the mornings, and I'm very constipated. Haven't been to the toilet for 3 days. Sorry to moan.
That's all right. We all need a good moan sometimes. What about pain?
No, no pain.
Okay, so can type your answer in the chat box for me? So number 1, which picture? A, B, or C? 1C. Right, very good. Thank you, Jinjo. 1C. Number 2. 1C. And number 2. 2A. Right. And number 3. 3B. Right. Let's move on to number 2. We're going to listen again, and you tick the words you hear from this list. Okay? So we have nouns, we have adjectives. Just tick the words you hear, okay? And you type the word that you hear in the chat box. So you can note down the words you hear on your paper, okay? Here we go again.
Unit 6. Listening 1. Symptoms 1.
How does it feel? A little deformed, isn't it?
Yes, there's a huge lump just above the ankle, and there's quite a lot of bruising. And just here, it's very swollen.
Is it painful when you move it?
Yes, very.
Can you move your toes?
It's difficult. They're numb. I can't feel them at all.
2.
How are you feeling?
I feel so hot. What does the thermometer say?
Yes, you do have fever. Your temperature is a little over 38. Have you got a sore throat?
Yes, it hurts when I talk.
I can see you have spots. Any redness?
Yes, my chest and back are all red.
And do you feel tired?
Yes, constant tiredness. And my legs feel achy too.
3.
How's it going?
I'll be glad when this is over. Doing anything is really tiring.
Oh dear. Do you feel dizzy at all?
Yes, some days I feel dizzy and sometimes sick.
When do you feel sick mostly?
In the mornings, and I'm very constipated. Haven't been to the toilet for 3 days. Sorry to moan.
That's all right. We all need a good moan sometimes. What about pain?
No, no pain.
Okay, so the first conversation, can you type the words that you heard in the first conversation for me in the chat box, okay? So in this table, we have the noun column and the adjective column, right? We have deformity is a noun, and the adjective form, we have deform, right? A lump, lumpy, right? Bruising, bruise, see? Swelling, swollen. Pain, painful. Numbness, numb. Fever, feverish. Redness, red. Tiredness, tired, tiring. Ache, achy. Dizziness, dizzy. Sickness, sick. Constipation and constipated. Right, now type the words that you hear from the conversation in the chat box for me. Okay, so now I will give you the answer. Okay, so you take a look at like this one. I will put the ticks and you can check your answer. Okay, I'll use a pen. Put a tick here. First one, we have the word deformed, a little deformed, adjective, a lump. We have bruising, a lot of bruising, swollen, swollen, right? Handful, numb, right? Okay, fever, fever. We have tiredness. Oh, we have like redness, right? Tiredness, tired, achy, right? Dizzy, right? Sick, and constipated, constipated, adjective. Okay, that's it. Thank you for your answer. Jamie, good. Kim Hưng, good. Kim Châu and Ngọc, right. Okay, we move on to part 3 here. Can you remember the questions the nurse asked? Work in pairs to try to complete them from memory and listen again to check. Okay, now I let you guys listen one more time and can you please complete these questions? Okay, for me. Listen one more time and complete 11 questions here.
Unit 6. Listening 1. Symptoms 1.
How does it feel? A little deformed, isn't it?
Yes, there's a huge lump just above the ankle, and there's quite a lot of bruising. And just here, it's very swollen.
Is it painful when you move it?
Yes, very.
Can you move your toes?
It's difficult. They're numb. I can't feel them at all.
2.
How are you feeling?
I feel so hot. What does the thermometer say?
Yes, you do have fever. Your temperature is a little over 38. Have you got a sore throat?
Yes, it hurts when I talk.
I can see you have spots. Any redness?
Yes, my chest and back are all red.
And do you feel tired?
Yes, constant tiredness. And my legs feel achy too.
3.
How's it going?
I'll be glad when this is over. Doing anything is really tiring.
Oh dear. Do you feel dizzy at all?
Yes, some days I feel dizzy and sometimes sick.
When do you feel sick mostly?
In the mornings, and I'm very constipated. Haven't been to the toilet for 3 days. Sorry to moan.
That's all right. We all need a good moan sometimes. What about pain?
No, no pain.
Okay. So, first question. How it feel? Can you type the first question in the chat box? So the first question, how does it feel? Very good. How does it feel? That's right. Okay, so next one. Question number 2. A little deformed. Question number 2 is a tag question. It's a tag question, okay? A little deformed. Isn't it? Very good. Tag question, right? We're going to study about tag questions later, okay? Isn't it? Good. Number 3, it's painful when you move it. So number 3, is it painful when you move it? Yes, is it painful when you move it? Right. Next one, number 4, move your toes. Can you move your toes? Very good. Thank you. Can you move your toes? Next one. Okay. Number 5, how feeling? How are you feeling? Very good. How are you feeling? It's the right answer here. How are you feeling? Number 6. Have you got a sore throat? Good. Have you got a sore throat? Right. Number 7. Any redness? Right. For a short question like this, you have to raise your voice a little bit like, any redness? Any redness? Number 8. How is it going? How is it going? Right. Good. How is it going? Number 9. Do you feel dizzy at all? Right. Do you feel dizzy at all? Do you feel dizzy at all? Right. And number 10. When do you feel sick? Mostly. Good. When do you feel sick? Mostly. And the last one, number 11. What about pain? Right? What about pain? Good. Thank you. Okay, so can we have an early break today? Right? You can eat your breakfast. Okay? I will give you a 15 minutes break. Okay? Let's have breakfast. I'm hungry. Hello class, I'm back. Have you finished your breakfast? Okay, we continue the lesson. So I'm going to share with you on the screen the book again. Okay, so we have the language spot. Language spot. So wait. Okay, can you wait a little bit? The slides are being uploaded. Okay, so we continue with the language spot. Question forms. So this morning we're going to talk about question forms. Okay, we change the word order to form a question with be, right? We change the word order to form a question with to be, with tenses that are formed with be and have, and with modal verbs such as can, will, should, etc. See here, are you alright? Not you are alright, right? When you want to make like short question, right? You have to use are you, not you are. So here, what is she doing? Not what she is doing, right? You know that? You put like to be before the subject. Where have they put that wheelchair? Can you move your toes, right? We use the right form of the verb do to make questions with the present and past simple. What side effects does the stroke have? Right? What side effects does this stroke have? Did you take your medication last night? Okay, so according to different tenses, we have different forms of auxiliary verb, do, does, or did. If what, who, etc. asks about the subject of the verb, do is not necessary. Like what happens, not what did happen, right? What happens. So when the question word plays the role of the subject of a sentence, we'll need auxiliary verb. Who said that? not who did said that, right? We often use question tags to check information or to express surprise or to be friendly. This is your first time on this war, isn't it? I have, isn't it? This is your first time on this war, isn't it? You don't eat meat, do you? Right? You don't eat meat, do you? The question tag, right? The form of the question tag is opposite from the form that they give you. Like this is, isn't it? So you have to use the negative form. You don't eat meat, do you? Right? So you use the opposite form. We sometimes leave out the verb if it is easily understood. Any pen? So instead of giving the full question, like, do you have any pen? Have any pen, right? Comfortable? Are you comfortable? And the short form is comfortable. Okay, now we have like the first exercise here. Can you match the beginning of the questions with the endings? Okay, I'll give you 5 minutes for this exercise. You match the beginning of the question with the endings, and you type your answer in the chat box like 1A or 1B, 1C, okay? 5 minutes for you. Okay, so number one will have to be, okay, Mrs. Howell, right? Number two, so like, can you match number two? Can you type your answer for number two in the chat box, okay? Number two, you match with E. Right, okay, let's check your answer. 2E. Okay, what happened to you, right? What happened to you? Right, number three. 3A. Right, where does it hurt? Right, so if you're asking your patient to find out where it hurts, you can ask this question, where does it hurt? Number four. Number 4G, right, 4G. What about your shoulder? What about your shoulder, right? 5H. Let's have a look. Swollen, isn't it? 5H, isn't it? That's a tag question. The tag question, right? Number 6. You've had an X-ray. You've had an X-ray. 6F. Haven't you? Haven't you? Right. Number 7, we match with D. Anything broken? Anything broken, right? And number 8, we match with C. You aren't on any other medication, are you? Right? Check your answer, please. Okay, so now this is exercise number 4 on page 35. Can you write questions to go with these answers? And then you listen to a conversation and you check your answers. Okay, so now I think I will let you listen to the conversation and you write out the questions for me. Okay. Okay, so for conversation number 2, you have to take a look at your book, exercise 4, okay? Exercise 4 on page 35 in your book. So now I'd like to listen to our conversation one more time and you complete the questions. You type the questions in the chat box, okay? Okay, here we go. Okay, the first question. What's the first questions? Not bad, thanks. A bit sore. Do you want to listen again? Can you type question number 1 in the chat box for me? Type what you hear in the chat box. Are you okay? No, that's not the right question, Langan. It's not right. How are you today? How are you feeling? The right question for number 1 is, how are you feeling? Okay? How are you feeling? And then the patient answered, not bad, thanks. A bit sore, right? Not bad, thanks. A bit sore. Listen again. See, how are you feeling? Question number 2. Now you have to listen, Notepad, you have to listen and you type the question, okay? So question number 2. I fell off my bike. Question, you listen again here for number 2. So I fell off my bike. So what's the question for that answer? Do you want to listen again? Good. What happened to you, right, Stanbin? What happened to you? I fell off my bike. Right. Question number 3. So you type your answer for question number 3 here, around my wrists. Where does it hurt? Good. Where does it hurt? Here, around my wrists. Next one. Want to listen again? All right, let's again. Question number 3 is quite easy. Here. Can you move your toes? I don't think so. Can you move your fingers? Right, not toes. Can you move your fingers? Right. Can you move your fingers? Right. Can you move your fingers? Not your toes, your fingers. Again. Next one. Yes, I can slowly. And the nurse asks, is it something you have to listen for this adjective? Is it something? Well, listen again. You can't hear that word? Oh, one more time. Where are you? Can you type your answer, please? Okay, so listen again, Joe, don't worry. How are you feeling, right? Not bad, thanks. A bit sore. So you're going, well, you are listening to a conversation on page 35, okay? Can you move your fingers, right? Question is it painful, right? Is it painful? Yes, very, right? I've also got a cut on my leg. Look, right? So, this again to this one. I've also got a cut on my leg. Look, right? Oh, that's deep, isn't it? Right? Oh, that's deep, isn't it? Right? Yes, it is deep. Will I need stitches? Will I need stitches? Maybe, right? Have you had stitches before? Right? Have you had stitches before? Have you had stitches before? No, never. I don't want any. You've seen the doctor, haven't you? You've seen the doctor, haven't you? No, I haven't seen him yet. Right. Now listen to a full conversation one more time and check your answer. Okay, so let's move on to the reading parts. So you get back to your book, reading. Let's move on to page 36. Okay, in the UK, the most common reason given for taking time off work is flu-like symptoms, which are typically a fever and aches and pains in the body. Okay, so it's my job. You read about Sandy McGowan and decide if these sentences are true or false. I have 5 sentences here. Sandy McGowan. So you skim read the whole paragraph here and you answer the question true or false. Going to ask one student to skim read this one for me, then mute yourself and you read the whole paragraph, the whole passage for me. Okay, can I invite, say like, Lê Gia Hưng, are you there? Can you help me read this passage or this paragraph? Oh, I have a volunteer. Okay, Gia Hưng, you're raising your hand. Unmute yourself. You have problem with your microphone? Who can help me to read this passage? Raise your hand and you read for me. Jung Kim Hung. Jung Kim Hung, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, help me to read this one. Sandy McGoy. I operate, go.
I operate the help helpline on the radio shift. That's the one from midnight through to the morning. Although it's quiet and still in the street outside, it's not so quiet in the office. The early hours of the morning are sometimes the busiest time when the telephone never stops ringing. People call the helpline for information or advice, or sometimes they just need to hear a friendly voice. We need we talk to people who are depressed and worried, and sometimes in pain. Sometimes we get some funny inquiries.
Inquiries, yes.
Yesterday, a teenager phoned because he had swallowed some chewing gum and he was afraid he was going to die. Uh, we can see our patients, so we have to be very good on the phone. We have to learn how to do it because it doesn't come naturally. We have to know how to ask the right questions so that we get clear and accurate answers. And we have to be able to speak in language anyone can understand.
Thank you. So, step 2, you read through the questions, you highlight some keywords, and you find the answer for me. Sandy works at night, so keyword works and nights. Okay, her shift is a quiet one. Shifts, quiet. Some people fall because they are lonely. Falls and lonely should be keyword. Sandy only gives information, not advice. Only information and not advice. Helpline nurses have to speak foreign languages. Helpline nurses speak foreign languages. Okay, I give you 5 minutes to type true or false in chat box when you're done, okay? Okay, so let's start with question number 1. Sandy works at night. True or false? Sandy works at night. True or false? Let's see how you type your answers in chat box, okay? Number 1, true. Yes, number 1, true. Let me find the evidence here. I operate the telephone helpline on the graveyard shift. You see, the graveyard shift is the night shift, right? The night shift. Number 2. Number 1, true. Right. Now, number 2. Her shift is a quiet one. Her shift is a quiet one. Number 2, true. I don't think so. Number 2, the right answer is false. Why is false? Let me show you. Okay. Here, although it's quiet and still in the streets outside, it's not so quiet in the office. You see, it's not so quiet in the office. This is the evidence for number 2. Number 2 is false. Her shift is a quiet one. It's false. Yes, number 2, false. Number 3. Some people fall because they are lonely. Some people fall because they are lonely. So is number 3 true or false? False. Some people fall because they are lonely. Let me show you the evidence for number 3. Here, people call the helpline for information or advice, or sometimes they just need to hear a friendly voice, right? They just need to hear a friendly voice. So it's true. Number 3. Sometimes people feel lonely and they just need to hear a friendly voice. So number 3 is true. They feel lonely at midnight and they call to hear, just to hear a friendly voice. Number 4, Sandy only gives information, not advice. Number 4, false, right? Because here people call the helpline for information and advice, both information and advice. This is the evidence for number 4 too. Now, number 5. Statement number 5. Helpline nurses have to speak foreign languages. Let me show you the evidence here. The last sentence. We have to be able to speak in a language anyone can understand. A language anyone can understand. So what's your answer for number 5? The evidence for number 5 can be found here. We have to be able to speak a language in a language anyone can understand. Helpline nurses have to speak foreign languages. So like foreign languages. And the right answer is false. They don't have to speak many foreign languages. They just like they have to be able to speak a language that anyone can understand. So it's English, right? It's an like international language, so they should be able to speak that language only, not like different foreign languages. 5 false. Now we continue. Signs and symptoms. Night coughing. Here are descriptions of 4 possible conditions that can cause a child to cough in the night. Complete them with the words below. We have coughing up occurs, make sounds, accompanies, get or squeeze, breathe, and has. I give you 5 minutes, okay? You do this part, and then I ask you to type your answer. Are you finished? Okay, so like the first one, asthma. Okay, children with asthma cough, and when they breathe out, they become very short of breath when an attack. So like we have like number 1 and number 2. I think I'm going to show you like the PowerPoint slides, and you can check your answers if you have done this part, okay? Okay, so this one, take a look at this slide. Signs and symptoms, night coughing. So first one, okay, children with asthma cough and squeeze when they breathe down, right? They become very short of breath when an attack occurs, right? Squeeze, so we have the verb squeeze, right? Thank you, Jim Joe. Number 1, we have the verb squeeze, wheeze, wheeze, and like when an attack occurs. Next one. Sometimes a child a cough and a fever with a cold. A bad cough can a child vomits. So we have like has. Sometimes a child has a cough and a fever with a cold. A bad cough can make a child vomit. Right? A bad cough can make a child vomit. Children under 3 years old sometimes get croup. You know croup? They have a sore throat and they wheeze when they breathe in. When they cough, it often sounds like a dog barking. It often sounds like a dog barking. Pneumonia. The symptoms of pneumonia are a temperature of over 102 Celsius degree, fast breathing, sometimes accompanied by vomiting and sometimes coughing up blood. Cough up blood. right? Cough up blood. Okay, so we have like one more reading. You go to page 100, sorry, not 100, 38. We have mystery syndrome. You read and you answer these questions, okay? Discuss the questions with a partner. Have you ever had symptoms of an unknown cause, with an unknown cause? What did the doctor say? And then you read the article and decide if sentences are true or false, okay? So if you have your book with you, PDF version, please go to page 38, Mystery Syndromes. Going to share the book with you again. And you skim read this one. Mystery syndromes. Okay, Jung Zhou, are you there? Can you help me read this paragraph? These paragraphs, the whole passage.
Dạ thưa thầy là when you are ill, you expect your doctor to tell you what you have and then to treat you. But sometimes people have symptoms whose cause is not understood. And for these people, it can be difficult or impossible to get treatment. Có tiếp không thầy?
Continue, yes.
The main symptom of chronic fatigue syndrome, CFS, is an overwhelming feeling of tiredness, and the tiredness is so
disabling
that it is impossible for the sufferer to continue normal physical and mental activities. Other symptoms include muscle ache and pain, poor sleep, loss of appetite, a recurrent sore throat, and swollen glands in the neck. Sufferers often undergo many tests for known disease, which prove negative, and many feel that doctor sees them as hypochondriac. Thầy ơi, cái chữ này đọc sao thầy?
Hypochondriac.
Hypochondriac. After the war of 1991, tens of thousands of ex-soldiers suffer chronic illnesses which doctors still cannot explain. Symptoms include dizziness, numbness in the arms, rashes, severe headache, mood swings, and persistent extreme tiredness. The cause remains a mystery, but the symptoms have been given the name Gulf War syndrome. Some soldiers believe they may have been exposed to chemical weapons without knowing, and others blame the vaccination they were given before they went to war. Military officials say that Gulf War syndrome is not real illness. There is no doubt the ex-soldiers are ill, they say, but their symptoms are simply the result of stress. Maybe one day the cause of this syndrome will be known and will be treatable. But for people like ex-soldiers, Dave Harris, the first step is for their condition to be recognized by the medical profession.
then people will believe that their symptoms are not imaginary.
That's right. Thank you, Tincho, very much for reading. Okay, so we have like 6 statements here. Okay, so I think that before we continue, okay, like we should start the midterm test now. Okay, going to stop sharing. We continue this lesson later. So now I'm going to take your attendance. You like turn on your camera. I'm taking your attendance first, okay? Because you're going to get the assignments, the midterm test at 10, right? I'm going to take your attendance first. So make sure all of you are here. Please wait. Can you please repair your camera, okay? When I take your attendance, like you turn on your camera. Please wait. Okay, I'm going to share this one with you. Okay, so let me take your attendance for session 6. Khánh Linh, are you here? Trần Khánh Linh.
Dạ có thầy ơi.
Okay. Next one. Khánh Như.
Dạ có thầy ơi.
Phương An.
Dạ có.
Okay. Hồng Ân.
Dạ có.
Bảo Ân.
Dạ có.
Lan Anh. Chu Lan Anh. Absent. Văn Bảo.
Dạ có thầy ơi.
Thanh Bình.
Dạ có thầy ơi.
Thầy ơi, em Duyên Anh thầy ơi.
Duyên
Điểm
Anh.
nhanh.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Next one. Trưng Châu.
Dạ có.
Chí Công. Chí Công not here.
Dạ có thầy ơi.
Oh, Chí Công is here. Okay, anh Đào. Huỳnh Đỗ Anh Đào, are you here? Absent. Nhã Đình.
Dạ có.
Ngọc Đức.
Dạ có.
Thái Dương.
Dạ có.
Kỳ Duyên.
Dạ có.
Bích Duyên.
Dạ có.
Thanh Hà.
Dạ có.
Việt Hà.
Dạ có.
Okay. Next one is Ngọc Hà, right?
Dạ có ạ.
Okay. Nguyễn Thị Thanh Hạ.
Dạ có.
Gia Hưng, Lê Gia Hưng. Lê Gia Hưng is not here.
Các bạn đó bị nói thầy.
Oh, a microphone is broken. Okay. Ngọc Hưng.
Dạ có.
Kim Hưng.
Dạ có.
Thanh Hằng.
Dạ có.
Tịnh Hào. Tịnh Hào, please. Not here. Như Hảo. Như Hảo, not here either. Công Hiệu.
Dạ có thầy.
Mai Hoa.
Dạ có.
Kim Hoàng.
Dạ có.
Gia Huệ.
Dạ có.
Thu Hương.
Dạ có.
Ok. Thị Hương, Lê Thị Hương.
Dạ có thầy ơi.
Thu Hương.
Dạ có.
Nguyễn Thị Ngọc Huyền. Nguyễn Thị Ngọc Huyền. Absent. Nguyễn Thúy Huyền.
Dạ có em.
Ok.
Dạ thầy ơi, cái bữa buổi 4 á thầy là em có mặt, nhưng mà tại vì cái lab của em bị lắc á thầy, nên là em không có
Yes.
nhanh được. Cảm ơn thầy.
Yes, I have corrected. Minh Hy.
Có thầy ơi.
Ok. Diệu Ca.
Dạ có thầy.
Anh Khoa.
Dạ có thầy.
Ok. Mộng Kiều.
Thầy ơi, Ngọc Huyền có nha thầy. Nãy em không mở mic được á thầy ơi.
Ok. Mộng Tuyền, are you here? Mộng Tuyền. Wait. Sorry, not Mộng Tuyền, Mộng Kiều. Are you here? No. Thúy Kiều.
Dạ có.
Ok. Xuân Lan.
Dạ có.
Tuyết Linh.
Dạ có.
Ngọc Linh. Trần Ngọc Linh.
Dạ có.
Oh, here. Ok. Hữu Lộc.
Dạ có.